I've got the hat on, and you know what that means, Stellar News. Big video today as we're going to go deep into pricing, and Stellar Lumens XLM has something out there that other cryptos don't. We're going to expose that, and we're going to talk about a big event coming up with the Stellar Development Foundation that's going to bring more positivity to the Lumens XLM native token. We're going to talk about those nitty-gritty network stats that matter to you, because yes, covering the Stellar ecosystem is important. So let's leave this screen and get into this one. Let's start off with those nitty-gritty network stats, and then we're going to get into that hot, juicy pricing talk, because man, you're going to see Stellar has something that others don't. All right, so network performance and operations. Over the last month, we can see a steady uptick in operations. Looks good. If we zoom out over the last 3 months, you can see that the operations are about the same level, which is nice. 6 months, you can see, yep, about the same thing. So even though the crypto winter has taken its grasp amongst the whole cryptoverse, operations on the Stellar chain look to be very stable. Now let's go over to new accounts. We're at the 6-month time frame, and you can see over the last 6 months, represented by the blue line here, there's been a steady increase of accounts. Now as we zoom in a little bit closer to 3 months, you can see that line flattens out. We zoom in a little bit more to 1 month, you can see the line flattens out even more. The flatter the line is, the slower the growth is for new accounts. We want to see the highest slope possible for this representation. Now, if we zoom out to the year, you can see, yep, some very, very solid growth. Within the last year, we started off with 5.6 million accounts, and that is in September, to now August of this year to 7.1. So we have 1.5 million new accounts in the last year. Now let's move on to the liquidity pool stuff. Yes, how much value do we have being played with on the chain? Right now, liquidity pools stand at 14 million according to Stellar X. This is about half of what we had last year at this time. Going into Meridian 2021, there was actually right around 30 million, I believe, locked up in those pools. Volume is something that does concern me a little bit here. Look at this 5-day stretch in volume. Only 57,000, and this is participation in these liquidity pools. 28,000, 34,000, 18,000, and 20,000. So we are seeing some stretches here where volume on here is just going next to nothing within these pools. But on the flip side, you're seeing days then rebound with 625,000. We have not seen a $1 million day now in over 30 days, and that is definitely a slowdown on the network in terms of value, fundage on the network. So you can see from an operation and wallet sense, the network is doing great, but with funds being locked in, put in liquidity pools, it is definitely shrinking, and the action on it is slowing down. Now on to pricing, and we're going to look at pricing way different than a bunch of other channels out there. First, we're going to start off with the 5-year chart, because look at the pattern. It looks very similar when you zoom out, and you can see when the original bull run started, after we made its move, there was a couple bumps and flops right here. Then it went into this slow stagnant phase, and look, it looks very similar, a couple bumps and flops, and then we went into the stagnant phase. Now let's just look at pricing over the last year and see how we are doing. We are definitely still way down, almost off about 75% from the prices that we had a year ago. Now if we zoom in, you're going to see something very interesting here, and this starts tying in to what Stellar has to the others don't. All right, so when you zoom in, you can see we've had steady resistance here, and if I move the chart up a little bit, you can see right away the resistance at 10 cents here. Huge significant point, because every time Stellar has been tested at 10 cents, it has held. We've had one brief break, but it was able to rebound above 10 cents and maintain that 10 cent line. So significant point here is there are plenty of opportunities in that low 10 cent mark, but we've got a very well-established floor at 10 cents. Now let's start talking about what Stellar has that its peers doesn't. Now let's tie it into XRP pricing real quick. And the reason I'm tying it into XRP, both are designed to be cheap, effective, safe, reliable, and low-cost way to move money. So it's a good kind of peer-to-peer comparison. Yes, I know there are differences, but this is a good way to start. All right, so over the last 6 months, you can see that Stellar has only been down 38%. Yes, I know I say only. I'll probably get a few jabs in the comments for that one. But XRP down 51%. So Stellar has definitely been a laggard, but because of that, it's definitely had more floor support than XRP. Now, if we zoom in just a little bit further to see what the story tells us, over the last 3 months, performance has been fairly equal. Let's zoom in now over to the last month. Over the last month, Stellar is holding its own, almost break even, with XRP down 6.4%. Now, the big story happens is when we zoom into recent times. In recent times, you can see both were affected equally at the same time frame. Now, both are at 12 and negative 13% respectively. And if we zoom into the 1 day mark, you can see that yes, they're both trading fairly equally. They are within lockstep the closer you get in time frame, but the more you zoom out, the more you could see that XLM has held its floor better than XRP, and that's what Stellar has more so than its peers. A well-defined floor at 10 cents, which is not only a significant numerical value, but there's also a mental value to that, right? Going from single-digit pennies into double digits. Huge mental proposition there. Now, let's start looking at volume of XLM, because we can't just talk price. We have to talk as how does XLM stack up volume-wise to its peers? This representation visually here is going to put it into perspective for you. All right, XLM up on the screen, up on the left. You can see we are right now at 11.1 cents, up 1.71% over the last 24 hours. Now, the block sizes on the screen are going to represent volume over the last 24 hours. So if you want to see how Stellar Lumens XLM stacks up to its peers volume-wise, you have to go through this exercise. Keep your eyes for Stellar on the screen and watch what happens. Now, as I zoom out, look at how big that box was. Now let's compare it. You got IOTA right here, little Luna Classic right there. Let's zoom out. Now here's still XLM right here, still right on the bottom where the cursor is. Now look, I'm going to zoom out even more and more. Now look what you're seeing. Doge, XRP, Litecoin, Solana, Avalanche. Oh, and here's XLM right here. Look where my cursor is. I zoom out even further all the way to reveal complete market volume data with USDT up at the top. Look at this little sliver of volume that is represented by XLM in the market. Compared to its peers, Stellar Lumens XLM does have better floor pricing support, but when it comes to volume, Stellar Lumens XLM is nowhere even near on the map. Look at how far that box shrinks down compared to when we had it zoomed in. So now you can see when you look at the broader market, XLM volume-wise is very small compared to the broader market. So as macroeconomic events happen, that is going to pull the price of Stellar Lumens XLM a lot more than what we're seeing on native token development. So that's pricing, volume, organic data right there to help put the picture of Stellar into perspective. So now on to big events that can bring some more positive growth for Stellar. All right, check it out. We have more speakers constantly being added to Meridian 2022. Yes, and that's the big event coming up for Stellar that can bring more awareness to the chain and more price awareness for Stellar Lumens XLM. You are having speakers added almost every other day that are being added to this. Alex McDougall, CEO of Stablecorp, another good speaker right there. They just added a recent one with Ruben Gallinado Stecco, co-founder and CEO of AirTM, the Latin American payment corridor where Stellar Development Foundation has been focused with growth on lately. With Meridian 2022 right around the bend, that is definitely going to be a news event that is going to bring more awareness to Stellar Lumens XLM and Stellar Development Foundation. You're going to see plenty more news articles and plenty more coverage, especially with the top tier speakers that they have attending this event. Are you going to Meridian 2022 held in Rome in October 11th to 13th? Let me know in the comments below. This event appears to be a great one, especially since last year, yes, was a good one, but it was remote, which lacked the intimacy that a lot of us enjoy. So we got a big 3-day event that's going to cause some good publicity for Stellar Lumens XLM. We also have a well-established floor price-wise, and Stellar has retained its value against its peers better in the last 6 months. Network usage has been about the same during this crypto winter, which is a good thing, and we've also seen 1.5 new million asset holders on the Stellar chain over the last year. Good to see during the crypto winter. Thank you much for watching, and if you want to learn more about cool crypto stuff going on out there, you can check out this video right here. All right, everyone, take care and have a great day.